So official now. All right, guys, welcome to the Monday Night Dream Team Zoom. Before we dive into our guest speaker, who I know you're all here for, I want to remind you that it is officially time to turn in your week 6 qualifications for the leader retreat this September. I put that post up today, so please make sure you're filling those out for me. I don't know if you're doing it or not if I don't see it in that post each week, so you have to keep me informed. With that, that's really all I have for us. So you guys, I reached out to Mauria last week or the week before. And first of all, I just want to point out that you can reach out to Mauria. Like, I know a lot of you are like scared, but you can reach out to Mauria. And I just told her that I felt like the team has grown so much over the last couple of years, especially in 2020, that I wanted people to really hear her story from day one, like the before Mauria became Mauria that you guys all know. By the time I signed up 6 years ago, Mauria was already at 200K. She was already killing it. She was already like, Mauria. But I've been around long enough to really get to know her a little bit better and hear more of her background. And if there is one thing that I wish for all of you is the self-confidence that she has. But just to see in yourself that maybe you aren't starting where you think someone has to start to be successful. Maybe you don't live in the house that you think someone should be in to be successful. Maybe you don't have the credit score that you think someone has to be successful. It's okay. Everyone starts someplace else before they get successful. And I think that's one of the things about Mauria's story that I love so much is that, yes, she's beautiful and polished and has an amazing home and all these great things now, but you guys, she worked for it. And she still works for it every single day. I mean, if you follow Mauria, you know she's working just like the rest of us. So that's what I asked her to come here with tonight. If you have questions for her, please put them in the chat and I'll try to guide her with those just so she's not distracted by them. But with that, I'm going to be quiet. I'm going to turn this over to Miss Mauria. Thank you.
You're welcome. Well, thank you guys for hopping on. Happy Monday. I love that you kind of open that up with, it doesn't take a certain something to be successful here. As a matter of fact, what it does take to be successful here is a hunger for change, a hunger for better for your family. I'll never forget early in my business. So my sponsor is Tony Strathman, who is directly enrolled to Paul Gravett. So she's a nurse that I used to work with. I was actually a speech pathologist, working full-time in the home health setting when I started my journey. And so early in my business, when the company was not so big, I actually had more easy access to Paul Gravett. And I remember being on the phone with him one day, because basically he's my upline's upline, right? And I remember being on the phone with him one day and I was just kind of venting and frustrated. And I was like, I just need some smart, sharp people. And he laughed and he said, hold on a minute, Mauria. He said, you don't need smart, sharp people. He said, you need people who are hungry. And guys, I'll never forget that. And that's oh so true. I mean, if you will look at the stories of anyone that has achieved a top break in our company, anyone that has achieved millionaire status in our company, they've got a story that involves being desperate for change. They wanted something better for their family. They were hungry for more. I don't think there's a single one of us that was financially set or financially free before we embarked on this journey to create, financial freedom for our families. So since there are some new faces on here, I will take you guys back. I joined this company in October 2013, started as a customer, fell in love with the product very quickly. That is something that I think is so very important is don't ever give up on people. And I think it's so very important. Look, I've got this little 30-day action plan. It's all wrinkled up. It was actually in our Strive magazine. You guys do realize that it was Susan Kaufman that originally created our team's calendar challenge. And then we had another group of leaders that kind of took that calendar challenge. It was good. And a lot of us have worked it religiously for years, but we found that we needed to simplify it a little bit for the masses. And so it turned into the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 challenge. The company actually adopted it. And what do you know? They printed it and put it in our latest company magazine, so crazy. But anyway, I have this in my hand and number 5 is communicating with 5 non-thrivers, making connections with 5 non-thrivers every single day. I was that connection that Tony was making over and over and over again. She was updating me about the company. She would comment on posts about my kids. She would message me back and forth. It wasn't always about Thrive, but I was seeing her post about Thrive because she was staying on my Facebook. And what do you know, even back then, Facebook was showing you who you were communicating with, right? So I was seeing these happy, thriving stories, these moms that looked happy. I was seeing people earn an iPad mini, which today that's our Maui Gems. I was seeing people earn a car bonus. And I'm like, what the heck? I always say what probably made me make this decision is three things. Well, when I made the decision that I had to do something better for me, I was in a funk of all mom funks. My marriage was definitely being tested because of my insecurities. My insecurities were so high that it was affecting things. We had moved to West Texas, drained our savings account. I didn't work for about 6 months. I was lonely in the friend department because I'd moved away from all of that. And I was stuck. I mean, I was absolutely stuck physically, stuck financially, stuck emotionally. And a lot of my other friends, guys, were promoting other health and wellness products that I could have gone with when I reached that decision of I have to do something different for myself. And this is why it's so important what you're putting out there on your social media channels, guys. That is your walking billboard, walking commercial, from your Facebook page to your stories, from your Instagram page to the Instagram stories. I don't know if you have it on Pinterest. I mean, use whatever you've got and then learn something new all the time because the world of social media continues to evolve. But it was three things that made me say yes to her, to reach out to her, to start something new in the health and wellness world for me. And that was the simplicity of Thrive. She kept talking about how simple it is, how simple it is, how simple it is. When you are getting 4 kids ready for work or ready out the door every morning, you're getting yourself ready for work, you need simple in your life. That was appealing to me. The stories, like I said, there were happy mamas that were smiling and there were these stories. I mean, even back then they had the Lavelle fan page. We didn't have our Lavelle YouTube channel yet. There were a few Thrive YouTubes out there. They were so non-compliant because we didn't have a compliance department back then. But yeah, there were these stories. And then the success, I was seeing success. I didn't know what VIP 800 meant, but I knew she was shouting out her team often for ranks or something. I didn't know what it was. I saw people earning a car. And I know that in this industry, you don't just have successes like that unless something is working. So while I didn't say yes to the promoter opportunity at that moment, I said yes to Thrive as a customer. So this is so important that every single day, minimum, you are communicating with at least 5 people that are not yet thriving with you. I don't care if you're commenting on their vacation pictures. I don't care if you're reaching out to them and saying, you know, hey, just checking in on you. How are you doing? I saw that you guys just went to Florida. How was it? You know, I don't care what you're checking in on. Be communicating with at least 5 people a day that are not yet thriving with you. You want to grow your business even more? Bump that up, bump it up to 10, bump it up to 15, bump it up to 20, 25. I don't know. But I'm telling you right now, I'm forever eternally grateful that Tony kept reaching out to me. She updated me with what was going on with our products. She updated me with what was happening within her team. She continuously reached out. And you know how she eventually got me? Well, again, I'm the one that finally said, it's time. It's time for me to do something for me. It's time for me to make a change for my family. And she actually offered me free DFT to get started. So we just had another double, triple commissions. What did you guys do during that promotion? Every time that promotion launches, guys, go get product yourself. Okay. Make sure your team is getting product to have in their hands. When we just did the tag team, what did I do with my tag team? I bought another $800 pack. Guess what? I'm still sending out sample packs. And I realized I was out of vanilla lifestyle mix. I'm like, how in the world am I out of vanilla lifestyle mix? So I needed to stock up on vanilla lifestyle mix. Okay. And for my sample packs. So what better way to do that? I did that with the tag team. I ordered an $800 pack. I always have product. I could open up my Thrive closet right now and show you guys. I always have product on hand because that is a way not only for me to, obviously, I'm going to have product on hand for my family, but for me to get product in the hands of other people. At the end of last month, Ralph's account is red-legged. So you know what I did, Tammy? At the end of the month, I ran a buy 2 get 1 with some of his black leg promoters. And you know what? I only had to order, I think maybe $200 worth of peppermint lifestyle mix, because that's the only thing that I didn't have in my closet that I could easily get out the door on a buy two, get one. Okay. So I've still got my mojo. I can still, I can still work the things, but what do? I go back to the things that worked in the beginning, but then I've also learned to tweak throughout the years. I've been doing this almost 8 years, guys. So in October of this year, it'll be 8 years that I have been thriving. Here's what I love. Couple of things that I love about this. I love that I wake up every single morning and I can count on my 3 steps to do for me today what it did 8 years ago. Secondly, I love that I can introduce this to anyone, anywhere, any age, anytime. I don't care what their lifestyle is. I don't care what they do, how much money they do or don't have in the bank, what their experience has been, yada, yada, yada. I know I've got an opportunity of a lifetime to present to them, and they can absolutely change the future for their family indefinitely if they will trust me and partner with me in this journey. I also know that any of those people, I can put this product in their hands, and if they truly want change, this is going to do amazing things for them. Okay. And I add that if they truly want change, you're going to put this in the hands of people that they just want to quit, because it's easier the moment in time that they're in, it's easier for them to quit than it is to keep going. And here's the deal. I don't judge people for those moments in life, because all of us are going to have moments in life that it's hard. Okay. I think at the end of the day, we've got to choose our hard, but this is something that requires your consistency over everything, because your consistency is needed in reaching out to at least 5 people a day that are not yet thriving with you. Your consistency is needing in every single day, letting people know that you are a thriver, whether it be on your wall. I choose to do it in my stories. I love having product in my stories every day. If you'll notice, I've got something about the product in my stories every day, something about the opportunity in my stories every day. Okay. It's a running billboard of what I'm doing. Okay. Then also you're going to see Thrive on my timeline. I don't necessarily have a schedule of that, but you're going to see it. You're going to see me talk about what my thriving life entails, and you're going to see me talk about what this residual opportunity has brought for me and my family. Okay. That consistency is what honestly continues to bring people. I literally have people joining me every single day. Okay. Still, but it takes being super consistent. It takes those conversations and being intentional with communicating and building relationships. I'll talk to you guys a little bit more about this, how I do it. Ultimately, guys, when this product hit my body, it was about day 5 when I was like, holy crap, this is going somewhere with or without me. I had taken another nutritional product line that had been very successful in this business. So I knew if this had done for me in 5 days, what that product hadn't done in 11 years, this was going to go somewhere with or without me. Like, this was my opportunity. I had seen people in this industry go from broke to financially free. I had never done it, but I believed in the industry. And you know what? I didn't want to be stuck anymore. So my goal wasn't to become a Lavelle millionaire when I started. My goal wasn't to become a 200K. I didn't even know what that was. My goal was to go VIP 800 and VIP 1600 so that I could give my kids the Christmas that I wanted to give them and not have to go to work when my husband got home. As a speech therapist, I had a set schedule. I only got worked when I got paid, and there were only so many hours in the day that I could work when the kids were in daycare. So for me to make more money for that Christmas, I would have to take on more patients and work after my husband got home in the evenings or work on the weekends. And I didn't want to do that. I already worked a whole lot during the week. So this was a no-brainer for me. Talk about what Thrive has done for me. I know plenty of tired, exhausted mama friends. I'm going to introduce this to them. I'm going to go VIP 800, VIP 1600. Guys, that right there is the lifeblood of our business. Every person that you bring into this, you've got to be talking to them about VIP 800, VIP 1600, because they know. Who do they know that's tired, exhausted, can't sleep at night, their knees hurt, their back hurts, they're living on coffee, soda, energy drinks. You know, they've got a lot of kids, or they've got a big commute, or they want some time freedom with their family. Y'all, that's everyone that all of us know, right? And so I think planning that or painting that picture and planting that seed of, you've got a lot of tired, exhausted mama friends that need this. It made me go, oh my heavens, do I have a lot of tired, exhausted mama friends that need this? I know we've got some guys on here. Okay, You got to face it. We've built this business helping the tired, exhausted mom and friends first. And then those women blabbed their mouth enough that it made it to you. All right. And you get to reap the rewards of feeling amazing and feeling like $1,000,000, feeling 10 years younger and helping your buddies feel good too. Right. So, anyway, I could go on and on. This business is such a simple business. Where the hard work comes in is being consistent when you don't feel like it. And Tammy, I think that that's why I'm so excited that they put this in here, because y'all, I think so often we overthink it. Okay. We overthink everything. We overthink our posts. We overthink our pictures. We overthink our message. We overthink. And you overthink so much that you don't do a daggone thing. Well, that's not going to grow anything. Okay. Here is what I have learned. You being you is what brings people to you. Now, over the last 8 years, have I worked on becoming a better me? Yes, that's where personal development comes into the picture. That's where listening to YouTubes and reading books and, wanting to grow my mindset. I literally this year, over the course of this last year, I've really been studying how successful people think, because honestly, I wanted to be able, not that I have trouble being successful or thinking that way, but I wanted to know, what have I done that I can turn around and teach to all of you? And guys, it's not what I do, it's how I think. And the beauty of that is that you right now can change the way you think. You have the power to change the way you think. You can still be you, but when you start thinking differently, the you changes. And then what happens is the life that you desire for you and your family, you'll naturally start doing things that are going to make that life a reality for you. It's crazy how it works, but it is tried and true. It is tested. Go back and research Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich. Okay. Go back to the people that have created wealth for generations and generations and generations. It's how they think. And really, it's all about making a decision. Guys, I made that decision. I'm going to go VIP 800, VIP 1600. That's how we're paying for Christmas. Well, guess what happened? I was having conversations with people about how good I felt and that I'd earned a Christmas bonus. And you know what? Susan Kaufman says, well, I want to earn a Christmas bonus. She was a single mom at the time. Well, okay, Susan, honestly, you need to be a promoter because I know you're going to tell people about this. Okay, she didn't even know what she was getting, didn't know about the product. She just trusted me. And the first girl that asked her about it, she put me on the phone with them. It made perfect sense. What did we start doing? We started duplicating. Susan earned a bonus because she didn't have a headache for 2 weeks. The woman had dealt with headaches consistently for years and years and years. I'm trying to be compliant here, read between the lines. Okay. So what did she do? She starts telling people about it. What did she do? And I just earned a Christmas bonus and I'm getting my product for free. Wait a minute, Susan, we know how hard you work. We know how busy your schedule is. We know you're feeling better than you have. You just earned me. How, if you can do that, so can I. I can put my people on the phone with you. Okay, guys, and it literally just grew and grew and grew and grew and grew. And now, we have this multi-billion-dollar global business that all we've done is just talk about what we love. Guys, this is the future of everything. Okay, first of all, having a business that you can work from your phone, do you realize how fortunate you are and how ahead of the times that you are? Because I'm telling you right now, when your children are your age, everybody is earning money from their phone. Everybody is. And I don't even know what our phones are going to look like at that point, 20 years from now. Think about how they've changed over the last 20 years, right? But think about that. The fact that you've got a business that you can own and operate from your phone, work when you want to work, with who you want, where you want. I mean, you are so fortunate. So I'm telling you right now, cash in on that opportunity. How do you do it? I'm not lying. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Every day. I want you guys, I'm going to challenge y'all. And Tammy, I want them to send this in to you. Okay. I know we've got some other team members on here as well. So I want you guys to send it to your upline or just send it directly to me. Just say, hey, Mauria, I was on your Zoom. I took your challenge over the last 30 days. Here's what happened. I want your honest feedback. Okay. Make a commitment every single day. Product and stories. It doesn't matter how your product is in the stories, guys. It can be a picture of your DFT. It can be your shake. It can be a stock photo. Like if you're like not feeling like it, if you want to like blur yourself out in the background and have the three steps like up here, whatever it is, if you want to take a picture and use the same picture every week on Tuesday, I don't care. Guess what? Neither do your people. I literally have a library in my phone of pictures that I can go post at any time. And I use them over and over and over again. Do I take new ones? Yeah. But honestly, I use a lot of the fun pictures that I really like. I'll use them over and over and over again. So for the next 30 days, something about the product in your stories every day, something about the opportunity in your stories every day. As a matter of fact, I'm going to take a picture right now. And this is my opportunity post for the day, because we have a team and it's an amazing team, and people have access to us to free training all the time. I mean, imagine all the training. I mean, we have a Lavelle Fast Start, a VIP Fast Start call happening tonight for free. You can plug all your new people into, right? We have an amazing team with resources out the wazoo. If you tapped into every resource that we have here to help you grow your business, you wouldn't live. Like you wouldn't even be able to breathe, because there is so much available to you. So my post is going to have something like that. I'm going to go into my stories. I'm going to go to my Zoom, zoom in. I'm doing it right now. So you can see, does zoom in have 2 M's or 1 M? 1 M, because I'm zooming, but I'm doing an apostrophe because I'm from Texas. Zoom in with the team. Never alone around here. How's that for a caption? Boom. I'm going to make it type it out. Okay. There is my opportunity story today. What is this showing, people? What is it showing? It's showing that they're going to have access. They're not going to do anything alone. They'll have the ability to hop on Zoom. And guess what? It's 2021. No one knew about Zoom until 2020. Now everybody does. See, it works in our favor, right? Okay. So something about but you see where I'm going here. Simple. Don't overthink it. Okay. If you've got a favorite product you love, if you see that Jason Stewart posted an amazing picture, you're like, Jason, I'm totally stealing that. Do it. He won't care. Throw it out there. But here's what I'm going to tell you. Jason's followers really like Jason because Jason shows his followers Jason. Okay. Tammy's followers really like Tammy. They connect with her. They relate to her because they really like Tammy. If Tammy all of a sudden starts posting everything that Jason's posting, guess what? Her followers are going to go, where the heck did Tammy go? Because they want to see Tammy. Okay. Your face is powerful. It doesn't have to be a beautiful face. It doesn't have to be pretty. It doesn't have to be fresh and all done up. Just something that shows you or your life. That is what people are drawn to. And here's the thing. What did I tell you guys about when I was watching Tony? When I made that decision that I wanted change, I was drawn to her because she was showing me her thriving life. She was showing me the simplicity. She was sharing stories, and I was seeing success. If you are an auto bonus earner, Auto Bonus Tuesday, you best be showing off your auto bonus. I don't care if you're still driving your car that's not a luxury vehicle, or you're taking the 300 or taking the 800 or you're getting 1600. That's a big deal. Guess what else you can do? If you are on your way to 12K, you can share the posts of other 12Ks on Auto Bonus Tuesday, and you can say, I will be earning this in the next 6 months. I will be earning this in the next 90 days. Okay. You can share those things, share successes in our teams. When somebody goes VIP 800, you share that too. Another one did it. First bonus up to $660 on $800 in sales. Okay. Celebrate what's happening here. Celebrate the stories, celebrate the successes. Be sure you're selling or sharing the simplicity. Okay. Now, going back to the challenge is product and stories, product opportunity and stories. I want you to utilize that both on Facebook and on Instagram. Okay. Now, Instagram can be super intimidating for some of you people. I totally get it. It was newer to me. I'm way more familiar with Facebook than I am with Instagram, but in Team Thrive Nation, there's an Instagram 101. Okay. Go watch that one first. We've got another live going up this week. It'll be step 2 Instagram. But we went out of order, and the other day I just showed you how to really build connections on Instagram that is in Team Thrive Nation as well. So technically there's 2 live videos that y'all could go and watch the replays right now in Team Thrive Nation about Instagram. Okay, it'll get you started. I think the one that's going up this week, we're talking about how to do your stories, how to make stories. But here's the deal, guys. Just get in there and play with it. Just do it. It doesn't have to be perfect. Instagram is super forgiving, okay? Your crowd over there is not judgmental. You know how on Facebook, like if you misspell something or if it's a random, like people might correct you or maybe like, girl, you need to fix that. Instagram, they don't give a crap. Everybody's forgiving. It's also very like for like driven. So when I'm talking about connections, one of the things, and I don't want to completely train on this right now because it's in the training that's up on Team Thrive Nation, but figure out the 5 things that really describe you. So Sonia, like, did I say that right? Is it Sonia? Okay. What are the 5 things that are you? Okay. Well, yeah, you're a thriver, but what are the other things? Like for me, I'm a type 1 mom. I'm an Oklahoma State mom. I raise athletes. We live a low carb lifestyle. I'm a twin mom. I'm a thriver. I'm a traveler. I mean, I kind of gave you more than 5, but those are the main things that if you'll go to my Instagram, that's what you're going to see me talk about, right? Well, what I do then is I go search those hashtags. So I actually made a post today of a pool workout because if any of you follow me, I have some herniated discs. Totally, like, do you know how frustrating that is for a thriver when your brain says you feel good and you feel good, but yet your body like doesn't always agree with all the things, right? So that has been a little challenge in itself for me. But I made a post about a water aerobic basically thing that I did. And y'all, I'm shocked. I'm just going to tell you, I had my watch on that tracks my heart rate. And I'm like, holy moly, I'm burning more calories right now than I would if I went and ran 8 miles. Like seriously, burn more in the pool, playing with the kids than I would if I ran 8 miles. So I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm sold. This is low impact. So I made a post, but I used some of the hashtag of spine health, low impact. So this is not a Thrive post at all. Okay. This is basically staying active, which is a part of my thriving life. As a thriver, you cannot sit still. Like that's going to really jack with you mentally, right? So I'm making this post about how I'm staying fit and healthy because again, that's who I am as a thriver. But what did I do after I made that post? I went and searched the hashtags and I can see other people that have used those same hashtags. So I spent some time on Instagram making some connections. And I said, oh my God, like one girl, I'm like, oh my gosh, I basically just posted the same thing. Follow. Found another one. Absolutely. Movement is key. Followed her. So do y'all see how simple that is? I just made, and I don't even know how many new connections I just made, but I made a bunch of new connections. Now they're going to go, I'm now in their notifications. Who is this Mauria Dillard chick that just commented on my post and liked it? I always like and comment because then I'm in their notifications twice, right? So they're going to now go to my Instagram and be like, who is this chick? Well, guess what they're going to see when they go to my stories? They're going to see my 3 steps to thrive. What is that stuff? What are they going to see? Oh, they're going to see I'm with my team tonight. What is this girl does? Then they're going to go scroll my Instagram page and they're going to be like, oh, so she's a mom, she's a wife, she's got athletes, her son just had surgery on his elbow. I wonder what happened there. Oh, so her daughter's a runner. I mean, so see, I'm not a spammy, weird, stalky person that just commented on their post. I'm someone that relates to them. And now they're going to see my thriving life. I'll be marketing to them every day. And guess what? When they're ready, they're going to ask me about Thrive. And guess what else I'm going to do? Instagram lets me know who I've recently followed. So I'm intentionally going to five them. I'm going to go connect with them. They're going to be one of my 5 connections about Thrive. I'm going to go see what else they're up to. I want to get to know them. Here's the deal. You want to get to know people because when they reach out to you about Thrive, you're going to know why they need it. Or maybe they're going to continue to talk about things. And what's everybody doing for energy these days? Oh my gosh, girl, have you seen my stories about Thrive? I would love to share this with you. Or do you see where I'm going here? Connection. There is an abundance of connections. And I'm going to be honest with you guys. Early stages in my business, we would be like, oh my gosh, I mean, I feel like I've talked to everybody I know. I feel like I've talked to everybody I know. I feel like I've talked to everybody I know. But guess what? I haven't talked to everybody I'm connected to yet on social media. And when I'm consistently making connections with people on social media every single day, the world is the oyster, baby. Like there is an abundance of connections for me to make with people indefinitely. And I've got a product that I just told you guys for 8 years, almost 8 years, it's done for me what it's done. Guess what? For the next 8 years, it's going to be doing the same. There's going to be a whole lot more people that need this. Think in that mindset. How many people can I connect with today? How many people can I get to know them better? How many people can I interact? And here's the deal. The reason I said, Sonia, what are your fives is, let's say hockey mom. I'm not going to search hashtag hockey mom and go interact and follow a bunch of hockey moms because I'm not a hockey mom. Like I don't know their verbiage. I don't know their language. I don't know the smelly stuff that they talk about in the car. Like I'm not a hockey mom. So that's not natural. Okay. If I was desperate, maybe, but I'm not desperate. Okay. Because there's an abundance of people that share the same interests as me. I can, and when I'm saying this, what are your five things? Like if you were, have you guys seen that meme on Facebook? That's like, if you heard that I was doing a TED talk on something, what do you think I would be talking about? Well, me, I would be talking about Thrive. I would be talking about type 1 diabetes. I would be talking about raising athletes. I would be talking about all my low carb recipes, right? Because I can do that without thinking about it, without grabbing notes, without truly preparing. I can do it in my sleep. I can fly by the seat of my pants and put out something valuable to people. That's what you want to focus on, is what are those things that are unique to you? And then you want to connect with people that share those same connections, because guess what? The conversations just going to flow. And the more you interact, the more they're going to see your stuff. Again, that's why that challenge is so necessary. So let me know who does. I'm telling you, just do it. Just take the next 30 days, be consistent with it. I'm not even going to let you say yes or no. I'm just saying, yes, you're doing it. Just do it. And you're going to love it. And then you're going to be like, oh my God, I got to make sure that everybody on my team does this. And really, guys, it's what I started doing months ago. And that's why I'm being so just, Tammy calls it confidence. I'm being persistent with you guys. The confidence that I have, guys, comes from experience. Okay. It comes from failing forward. It comes from learning the hard way. And so if I can go back and take some of the things that I did wrong and go, nope, tweak this, tweak this, tweak this. Some of the things I did wrong was only focusing on my team. So I wasn't always building connections on the outside. I mean, I'm embarrassed to say I had people that they ended up thriving with other people on my team, but they were on my kids' baseball team and I didn't even look them in the eye and have a conversation with them because I was knee deep in my phone working my Thrive business. I mean, I was 200K. We were going to million. We were building, but I had somebody sitting in the stands with me that I could have been reaching out to, that could have been directly thriving with me. And we could have been working this business together. Okay. So that's what I'm saying is make sure you're connecting with other people. Okay. Once we get into our Thrive family, I know it's easy to just stay in the Thrive family. I mean, I can hang out with you guys all night, but that's not going to grow my business. I mean, I can motivate you, but if all you do is hang out with each other, you're not growing your business either. Right. You've got to take action to make those connections with people that are not yet thriving with you. And then you've got to share your thriving life. I know I've already been talking for about 30 minutes. Let's take a break for a second. Let you guys ask me some questions and we'll go from there.
Okay. So while they put some other questions in here, I just want to make sure that everyone is picking up what she's putting down. And big picture, I think a lot of people think, oh, Mauria makes all this money. Mauria has an assistant. Mauria, blah, blah, blah. Mauria is working every day. She just told you all the things that she does without even thinking twice. So can you talk a little bit about how you structure your day? Because I know I think it's very important to work on your personal business before you start answering the phone. And also because when you started this, you had a job. So you were doing this and working. Can you talk about how that felt for you and how, and again, obviously it was a no excuse attitude. You got it done, but pretty much we have a few people on our team who are full-time thrivers, but everyone else has a job. So I would just be curious your thoughts on that.
So yes, I worked full-time. This has always been worked in the nooks and crannies of my days. And y'all, it still is. I mean, the kids have been out of school for what, a couple of weeks. We were just at the beach last week, but I mean, I did a live. I mean, I do I share my Thrive story from the beach. I did the Thrive Live. When you guys go watch that about Instagram, I'm in our condo. It's in the morning before we head out to the beach. I can work from anywhere. But yes, in the early days, I was working full time. I worked home health. So I will tell you, I did have some car time. So I would have 5 to 10, maybe 15 minutes if I got lucky between patient to patient. So that would be when I would send a message, answer a message, pick up the phone, call Tony, put her on the phone with someone to answer their questions. Back then we didn't have Facebook Messenger. So today it's very different. I don't do as many three-way calls, but I'm literally in Facebook Messenger all day long, every day. And I'll just show you what my personals do. And I mean, other people reach out with me too. But Tanya Ward literally just put me in a message at 3:31 today. She introduced me to someone that has a mini experience going. She said, I'm super excited for you to try Thrive. Here's my good friend Mauria. She's been thriving for 7 years. I would love for you to hear what her experience is and what exactly you can expect from a mini experience. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to play this. Okay. Because I know a lot of you don't yet use Facebook Messenger for connections. This is beautiful. Those of you that are working full time, here's what you do. Okay. You make connections. And if you're at work, you say, and I don't know who your upline is, or, maybe it's Tammy. Okay. So literally you would be like, hey, I'm at work right now. I'll get back with you this afternoon, but I want to put you in touch with Tammy. She's who introduced it to me. Boom. You start a story like this. Tammy hops in there, and with her voice, she shares. Hey, Brooke, so good to connect with you. Yes, I'm the one that introduced this to Tanya. I had a feeling that with her busy life as a mama, she was probably tired and exhausted like I used to be. So that's how we connected. I have 4 kids. My twins were only 3 when I started Thriving. And then I had a son in elementary and a daughter in junior high at the time. So crazy busy life, keeping up with kiddos, and honestly exhausted all the time, had headaches. Just found myself in a funk, like not a pair of jeans in my closet fit. And finally, I just reached a place where I was sick and tired of being sick and tired, and I knew I had to do something different. So a nurse that I'm not going to play all of it, but basically I'm sharing my Thrive experience with her. I did a minute clip, a 54-second clip, a 45-second clip. So I literally spent less than 3 minutes sharing my Thrive experience story. And in one of them, the last one, I say, now that we're connected on Facebook, go stalk my Facebook page. You'll kind of see the changes that we've made as a family over the last 7.5 years. Basically, I was telling her, you may or may not notice a difference with the sample. This is truly, it becomes a lifestyle. And you're going to feel better than you have, in forever. We connected, and we've had a few more conversations going on. Okay. I do that basically all day long, every day. Like my team puts me in three-way messengers. I share my story. I help answer questions. That is the beauty. It kind of took the place of three-way calls. Yes, I'll still do three-way calls, but that's your golden ticket right there. Because, and again, this is why it's so important to share your thriving life on your Facebook page. Here's what I'm going to tell you. If your upline doesn't have anything about Thrive on their Facebook page, do not put them in a voice messenger. And if I just offended somebody, I'm sorry, but maybe your upline, maybe you'll post something about Thrive right now, because that's not right. You can't be talking about how beautiful it's been in your life and how much it's affected your life and not say a daggone thing about Thrive. That's ridiculous. Okay. But the point of connecting is, again, this lady doesn't know me. Okay. But she just heard my story. What I want her to do, I want her to go click on my page. I want her to see I'm a mom. I'm a wife. I worked out in the pool this morning. There's success stories on my page. Okay. She sees my husband's transformation that I posted on Transformation Tuesday. She sees I'm a real person and this thriving life looks really legit. Okay. That's why connections are so key. But back to your original question, nooks and crannies, guys, here's the deal. Time's going to pass anyway. Bottom line is your phone's in your hand almost 24/7. Okay. So are you scrolling Facebook? Or are you connecting with somebody that you don't know, interacting with them? Are you following up with a customer? Are you checking in with your promoter? Are you making sure they know about our 2 new products that are launching, Chill and Heat, which I'm super excited about? What are you doing with the phone in your hand? again, I was hungry, guys. I wanted change. And I started having so much fun with this. Like, this has been fun for me. I love what I do. I love getting the newest person started. I love getting help, getting that story back of what it's doing for them. I love when they get their product for free. I love somebody going VIP 800. I mean, it's just, I love every aspect of this. How are my days now, Tammy? Honestly, my kids are kind of dictating my days. So, I mean, if you guys want me to sit here and go, oh, from 8 to 9, I do this, and from 9 to 11, I'm not that person. I've never been that person. I think that's why I needed this in my life, was because I'm not that person. Okay. I need the flexibility, to work when I want. And so literally, like I said before this, I mean, I had my computer over on the couch. My husband was fixing supper, and I was on Instagram interacting with total strangers. So as long as it's done every day, I just make it a point, Tammy, it's got to be done every day. It's got to be done every day. Usually when my posts go up, though, that's when I'll spend my time interacting. They actually tell you not to post and ghost. So when you make your post and you utilize some hashtags, then you want to go and interact with people. Obviously today I've had a lot of people commenting, so I'll go comment back, interact with them a little bit more, but sometimes it'll take me forever to go and interact with people that comment on certain things. So yeah, especially during the summer, there's not a rhyme or reason. I like to say though that our schedules are determined by our kids. And I love that part of this, that I don't have someone else that I have to answer to. It's the kids set the schedule, and then we just work around it. And again, phones in the hand from anywhere. I can do this at any given time. So I think that's so important as well. Funny story. I met a guy, or we were at the pool in Florida, and he had on a Black Label. And I told my husband, I was like, I got to go say something to that guy. Like, I want to know his story, and I want to know if maybe he's on my team somewhere. And best thing, y'all, I sat there, talked to him. He loves it. He's only been thriving for like 2 months. His wife doesn't thrive because she tried it one time and it didn't work for her. I sat probably there with the wife for 45 minutes. Basically, I'm like, girl, your husband is feeling amazing. Like, you need this in your body. I will walk you through this. Connected with her on Facebook. She's actually connected to somebody way down deep in my team. But I really do think spending that time with her will get her in that place of, wait a second, this is for me. It will work for me. And if my husband is thriving, I dang sure deserve to be thriving too. I mean, they're going to have a nice little thriving marriage, right? So anyway, you just got to look for opportunities. And when it's easy to talk about, and the more you dive into this, guys, the easier it is to talk about. Like, I don't worry about being all professional, because I'm not a professional salesperson, but I am a full-time thriver and a lifelong thriver. And I love what it's done for me. And I'm excited about what it's going to do for other people.
So there's a question in here for you. They would like for you to share, because again, some people on the team have been here a while. So this is coming from Courtney, and she knows the story, but she has a very good point. It would help paint the picture for people. You have a story of your first lifestyle giveaway. I don't know, well, maybe it wasn't the first, but you were in Vegas. Flights got canceled. Things did not go well. And that was a different version of your life at the time. So just to kind of paint the picture of how different things, because you said yes, and because you're always looking for the opportunities, how different your life is now.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. And that's actually, I think that is in Team Thrive Nation as well. I can't go into all of the details of it, and we don't have enough time, but I think I Want That Life, or maybe it's a post that I made and then I shared the video. I Want That Life. But so yes, it was our very first lifestyle getaway in Vegas. So all of you are in qualification for this right now. I had just joined the company, and I remember Tony saying, okay, yeah, so if you do this and you do this, and you'll go 12K and you'll qualify for our very first lifestyle getaway in Las Vegas. And it was actually on my birthday weekend. And in my mind, I'm thinking, oh my God, this would be amazing to like get away with my husband on my birthday weekend. But I'm like, you are crazy if you think I can do $12,000 in sales, because you had to do 12K, you had to be 12K. And the funny thing is I had such a different picture back then. Like, I was thinking I had to do $12,000 in sales, but Tony knew it wasn't just going to be Mauria that does $12,000 in sales, because it's Mauria who knows Susan, who knows Jennifer, who knows, you know what I mean? Like, it just goes on and on and on and on. And she knew, because she's been here so long, how quickly it could duplicate, guys. This thing, it like literally, it can mushroom if you'll lead the way for people and you'll be crazy consistent. Okay. It literally can. I'm telling you, I've seen it happen over and over and over again. And she knew that. And so she just kind of encouraged me along the way. So we qualified for Vegas. We get there. They put us up in oh my gosh, why am I drawing a blank? Palazzo, which is where it's going to be, in the Palazzo, which is where we'll be in October, right? And they wined and dined us. I mean, it was the nicest hotel I'd ever been in my life. Like the curtain things, blinds were remote controlled. They took us to like this fancy sit down steak dinner where they like draw the table to you. I mean, like it was just like literally like wine and dine. I mean, you name it, it was taken care of. It was the fanciest thing I've ever been a part of. Well, our flights were canceled. We couldn't get home because there was ice in Texas. And if there's even like a little bit of ice in Texas, like we're just not equipped to deal with it. So we're in the room and I Google like, how much it would be for us just to stay there. And I'm like, oh God, no. Like, I mean, we can't afford this even for a night. And I'd never spent that much money on a hotel. And I mean, we were still getting out of debt. You know what I mean? Like there's just no way I was going to do that. And so I look across the way and I'm like, well, there's Treasure Island. Like, let's just Google that and let's see how much Treasure Island is. So like, we just walk right over there. And so I go, I don't know. It was like $80 a night or something. I don't know. Anyway, so we load up and we walk across the street with our luggage and we walk into Treasure Island. And y'all, it was like, I was blown. I don't know if you guys have ever been there. And if it's your favorite hotel in Vegas, like I just got to introduce you to better. But it had like this cheap suntan lotion smell that like, it's like going through the vents or something. I mean, and they're going with the Treasure Island theme and everything. And anyway, we get up and we check in and it comes with a free buffet. And so we're like, great, free lunch. Like, this is going to be awesome. So we go up to our room and I mean, the room wasn't bad. It wasn't bad, but I mean, it was not the Palazzo and it did not have remote control blinds. It was not a suite. I mean, it was this little bitty tiny room. And we go down and we're standing in line to get into the buffet and some man comes out and he's just raising all kinds of ruckus because he's just pissed off about his food. I don't know. And I'm looking at Ralph like, I don't know if we should go in there. And he's like, Mauria, there's always one of those, like he's thinking there's just always going to be a complainer no matter how good it is. And I'm like, okay, true. So we go and we get there and we go through the buffet and literally like I'm sitting across from Ralph. So I'm looking at you guys. Okay. Like I'm looking at Ralph and I look at him and I'm like, I want that life. I don't want this life. Like I want that life. That's what I want. And y'all, I'm telling you, that was a pivotal moment for me. And I think that's why they have these lifestyle getaways. I mean, to show us what life would be like if you didn't have to worry about what it costs, I mean, we have a family vacation planned next month, and it looks like all of us are going to have to be COVID tested before we even leave the United States. There's 6 of us, and I'm getting quotes at $230 a pop. Okay, most people don't even spend that much money on a vacation, much less testing just to get on the plane to go on vacation. But you know what? Because I said yes to this, we can freaking go. Like, I'm not going to stress over it. Now, I am going to make some calls to see if I can get it cheaper because, hello, I'm not just going to throw my money away. But there are so many options, guys, when you don't have to stress financially. And here's what I'm going to end with. I can say all this because I've been there. Like, I've been there. I've been there when there was a whole lot more month left at the end of the money. My husband and I met when we worked in the schools. My husband was a teacher and a coach. I was a speech therapist in the schools. When I say more month left at the end of the money, it's because both of us got paid one time a month and all of that had to last. I've had student loan debts out the wazoo. I owed more in my student loans than most people owe on their first home. And I paid more a month on those than most people pay on their mortgage. Okay. I've had to check my bank account before I walked in the grocery store. I've had to keep the heat lower and the air conditioner higher, worried about electric bills. Okay. I've done all that. Okay. But now I see that there's so much of a better way. And I know that if it was possible for me, that it's possible for every single one of you. You just got to make a decision and you got to say, I want that life. I want that life. For me, the life that I want now, y'all, I've tasted freedom. I want freedom for the rest of my life. And that's actually, a big motivating factor to my post that I made, Tammy, about taking care of my back. Like, I know financially I'm going to be free for the rest of my life. I know I'm going to be able to afford to get on an airplane and go see my grandbabies or go on vacations or be there for my kids or be there for my grandkids or whatever. But I've got to take care of my back because I don't want that to slow me down. So see, guys, what we want in life, it goes far further than even the financial me. I want to live my life to the fullest. And I've had that taste of freedom. I'm available to be with my kids when I need to be with my kids. Like I told you guys, my kids dictate I want that for the rest of my life. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to lean into this. I'm going to still 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. I'm going to make connections like crazy on my phone and on my computer. I'm going to hop on and share with you guys here and paint a picture for you. And now I got to take care of my back, dadgummit, because I don't want that holding me back either. Right. So again, what are you hungry for? What's the life that you want? Figure it out and go make it happen. And this is your vehicle and it's not going anywhere. I mean, bottom line is it's going with or without you. You might as well go with it and run with it. Because, oh my gosh, the sky's the limit. And I just told you about the abundance of people out there. So don't you ever, Tammy, there should never be anyone complain that says, I don't have anybody to talk to today.
Right. We talked about that.
There are lots of people out there for you to talk to today. Go make a connection. So with that, I do have to hop off of here. Thank you guys so much. It's been awesome. Appreciate you guys. Go hop over into Team Power Nation later though and listen to those Insta lives. Okay. I think you'll get a lot of good feedback out of it.
Will do. Thank you. Thanks, Mauria.
You're welcome. Okay. Bye guys.